So conducting interviews is a really important skill, and it's something that I've tried to master over 12 years in the business. So here are 7 tips to help you conduct a better interview for your nonprofit video. Tip number 1, be what you want. In other words, lead by example. If you want your interviewee to be calm and relaxed, you need to ask the questions in a calm and relaxed way. If you're nervous, they're going to be nervous. If you're fast, they're going to tend to follow your speed and your tone and your cadence. Why are you so passionate about car insurance?
Well, I really like to try and help a family when they have a terrible situation.
Tip number 2 is to give them some coaching. I like to do this when I'm sitting down already and the lights are on, the camera's in their face, so that gives them a chance to get familiar with the location and the cameras and lights, and I give them a few tips just like I'm giving to you, and they get acclimated. Tip number 3 is only ask one question at a time. This is an amateur mistake. If you're asking multiple questions, they're going to give you long, multiple answers, and they're going to ramble on. It's going to make your job a lot harder in post to edit that footage down. Why are you so passionate about car insurance, and why did you get into insurance, and what's your favorite part about your job, and what's the most interesting claim you've ever had? So if you want a concise answer, you need to ask a concise question. It goes back to leading by example. All right, tip number 4 is have a list of questions, but don't use it. Now, what do I mean by that? I like to prepare for an interview, know my subject, make a list of questions, but once I ask that first question, you want to not be looking down at a piece of paper. You want to ask questions that follow the flow of the interview. Why are you so passionate about car insurance? Tip number 5 is go for the story. You're in a nonprofit and you have great stories. You're literally changing people's lives. So why not find out the story? When you design the questions, skip past the what and the how, or skim past it and get to the why. Where's the story that changed their life? Tip number 6 is don't be afraid of silence. Sometimes you're going to get an answer to a question that's just, you can tell they're holding back. Sometimes when I hear that, what I do is I just pause for 3 seconds and I count to 3 in my head, look at them, and they'll open up at that point and they'll tell you the rest of the story. What's your favorite part about your job?
The clients. Well, I really love to work with a client that is in a time of need, and then I can go and help them get into a better place.
Tip number 7 is keep it loose. What do I mean? When you sometimes have an interview subject who gets really nervous, the lights, the camera, they just get overwhelmed and they'll freeze up. You'll see the sweat. What you don't want to do in that situation is just let them stay frozen. They'll get more and more nervous and embarrassed. So just move on to the next question, let them loosen up for that one, and then if you need to, come back at the very end and ask the question again when they're comfortable. Why are you so passionate about car insurance? So there you have it. That's your 7 tips. Now good luck with your interview.